And while you're picking
Really?
your favorite flavor, it's quietly collecting data.
Why does it need my data? Is it gonna know that I jerk off with my left hand? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it trying to gain data on me? Why is the Coca-Cola trying to get data on me? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. As you guys know, I used to be a Coke addict a long time ago. Now, I occasionally will get one. Like, if I go out and get some food, I'll get it with the food. Either that or lemonade. Other than that, I'll probably drink one like once a week. But what's better than one Coke? Well, nothing's better than one Coke. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Today we're reacting to the 1 billion Coca-Cola machine. I have no clue what that means, so I don't know what to expect from this video. But without further ado, let's watch it.
You're in the cinema,
Okay.
about to watch yet another sequel to a forgotten franchise nobody asked for.
Which
You're getting
one?
popcorn and a drink to drown out your Jared Leto-induced sorrow with a sugar
God.
rush. You pay and they hand you a cup.
Coke.
Then you see it, glowing red and chrome. The
Yo, I'm not gonna
Coca-Cola
lie.
Freestyle Fountain.
No, I know these are everywhere now. I'm not gonna lie, every time I see the other things, I won't even mix it up or I don't get anything else. I just get straight Coke, which is probably bad. I should probably switch it up to like Pepsi. Because I don't like the move that Coke is doing with the whole AI and stuff.
Here, you can choose between over 100 different flavors. Cherry Vanilla Coke, Peach Sprite. Maybe you'll go crazy and mix Fanta with Powerade.
Nah,
or
I never
maybe
do any of
you
that.
just pick a classic.
Me.
But this machine is way more than just a soda fountain.
Really?
It's not just serving you a drink. It tracks everything you do. And while you're picking
Really?
your favorite flavor, it's quietly collecting data. Data that turns
Why does it need my data? Is it gonna know that I jerk off with my left hand? You know what I'm saying? Like, why is it trying to gain data on me? Why is the Coca-Cola trying to get data on me?
data that Coke will profit from tremendously. The Coca-Cola Company is said to have invested more than $1 billion in this machine,
No
but they're
wonder,
very
bro.
likely turning its capabilities into much.
You know what? I learned something in this life. Nothing is free, or if it's too good, it means there's something behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Today, we're diving into how a drink dispenser became a global lab and what role you play in all of this.
Alright, what's gonna be my role? Shout out Fern.
The Coca-Cola Company is one of the biggest beverage producers on the planet.
Yep.
The conglomerate controls almost half of the global soda market,
Holy
making
shit.
billions in revenue every year. And one important way they sold their many drinks has long been soda fountains. In the olden days,
Yeah.
ordering a soft drink would work like this. You'd walk up to the counter, place your order, and someone would pour your drink into a cup.
Really?
Then self-service fountains arrived. Now you could fill your own cup
This is the
at
one
your
I
own
know
discretion.
about.
When you were a kid, this fountain was everything. You
Yep.
could mix yourself something truly undrinkable.
You.
However, in 2006,
Did it even taste good? Did anybody actually even do that? I did. I just got the regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was not about to mix my shit. Kirk's? What the hell? Charlie Kirk?
Coca-Cola and other beverage makers noticed something worrying. For the first time since 1985, the sales volume of carbonated beverages had declined.
Good.
People started to focus more on their health and well-being. They
Hell
were
yeah.
increasingly looking for sugar-free drinks and low-calorie options. But Coke's fountains just
Let me
weren't
guess,
ready for
diet
that.
and
At that
zero.
time, only about 1% of all Coke fountains in the US
What
even
even
offered
is the difference between Coke Diet and Coke Zero? Like, what even is the difference? I don't even know. I don't drink any of them. I drank the Diet once, but you know, I still don't feel as healthy.
Meanwhile, the choice of sodas at convenience stores had increased dramatically. Rows and rows packed with hundreds of bottles and cans. But Coke fountains were stuck with the same limited run-up of kind of boring standard flavors. So they had to
Wonder
come up with
what
an
it looks
idea,
like under-
an idea
behind.
that would change everything. The freestyle fountain's design is interesting. The red, the chrome, the sculpted lines. It kind of looks like it wants to become a Ferrari when it grows up. And that's not a coincidence.
It looks like a big ass
It was
phone.
developed with Pininfarina, the legendary Italian design house that shaped the curves of Ferrari itself.
Really?
You slide your cup under the dispenser. Now comes the fun part. You see dozens of bubbles on the screen in front of you. Each bubble is labeled with a different drink. Mezzomix, Coca-Cola, Powerade, Lift, Fuse Tea, and Kinley.
How much
In total, you
glitters
could
does
choose
it
over
have?
100 drinks. Back when you were a kid, this would have been impossible. Restaurants used massive 19-liter syrup canisters for every single
yes.
drink option. Nowadays,
was
all
what
these
I was
flavors fit
trying to
into
figure
just
out.
about 30 tiny cartridges.
Really?
The cartridge design is inspired by medical tech, where precise dosing is critical. Just as insulin pumps deliver exact amounts of medication almost drop by drop, the Freestyle system carefully meters syrup and carbonated water for each pour.
Oh.
In theory, every pour is perfectly measured, drop by drop, turning your drink
shit.
into a precise masterpiece. But Coke from a Freestyle fountain actually tends to taste a little different from the one you buy in the supermarket. In
Yeah,
contrast
that's
to
what I
the old
realized.
canisters,
I think McDonald's ones taste probably the best because I'm pretty sure they get it directly from Coke. But I think it's mostly because depending on the distribution and contracts with they have with the other companies and stuff, that's why some of them don't taste as good as others. I heard the recipe for Coke is out there. So like a YouTuber replicated it. So I don't think it's, I'm about to start making my own. Quick intermission. Sorry guys, but we are so close to
400.
subscribers and I really want to be able to reach it. So I thought if we can get to 1,000 subscribers, I will shave my head. That's right guys. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you guys subscribe. Anyways, back to the video.
Freestyle keeps flavors, sweeteners, and carbonated water separate. Now, when you press the button, the flavor, sugar, and carbonated water are combined on
So
demand.
that's why it looks.
This can make your
okay.
Coke taste slightly different from other preparations.
Yeah, that's why it looks.
Staring at
like
the bubbly
that.
screen,
Watery
curiosity
Coke.
kicks in. You came in for your usual, but you gotta admit, some options here are tempting. You tap the
Nah,
Powerade bubble,
I
and
never do
suddenly
this.
a whole lineup appears. Powerade Raspberry, Powerade Lemon, Powerade Strawberry.
I'd probably go with
So
lemon.
many choices.
I like lemonade.
Which one to
That's
pick?
like my alternative.
You even mix a drink that doesn't exist before. You could create your own secret flavor.
Lemon
And won't
lime.
that make you special? The Freestyle fountain is fun. It lets you explore. It bewilders. It sparks curiosity. It might even provoke play.
Nah.
And that's exactly the point. Coca-Cola doesn't just want to sell you a beverage. It wants you to feel something. This technique is called experience marketing.
Experience
Right here in
marketing.
front of this machine, you're not just choosing a flavor, you're interacting with the brand. You are literally experiencing it. Every tap, every bubble, every choice pulls you deeper into the
Well, that's the
Coca-Cola
thing, though,
universe.
'cause I don't do that.
And that matters, because moments like this make you remember Coke, not just as a drink, but as a feeling. And ideally, it wants you to go home and tell your friends about that insane machine.
I'm not gonna lie, I am like the anti-consumerism. I will try out the product, but you're not gonna see me test it out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and press every button. I'm not. I got a movie to go see, and I'm not going. I'm not going to tell my friends, "Oh yeah, yo guys, you guys gotta try the new Coke machine. Oh my God, this thing is a game changer." No, you know what I'm saying? I don't do that.
And Freestyle isn't the only example for Coke's experience marketing. Think about Share a Coke. Different campaign, same idea.
Nah, I
And
don't
it's all
share
part of
nothing
Coca-Cola's
either.
bigger play, shifting from being just a product brand
You don't
to
even
an
got my name on
experience
it,
brand.
bruh. Screw
Anyways,
Coke.
you ultimately go for a Sprite. You didn't even know Sprite Cherry existed. Time to give it a shot. You press the pour
Nah, I
button.
don't give it a shot.
Then you
especially
take a
in the
sip.
movies. I don't want that shit to ruin my mood.
Not half bad. You're not the only one who was curious about Sprite Cherry. All over the world, people have made the exact same choice. Obviously, Coca-Cola didn't offer you this new flavor just for fun. The Freestyle
There's an
ecosystem
app
is
for it?
basically a giant testing lab. Every pour, every mix, every flavor you try feeds into a massive experiment, a sampling program on a global scale. And with this particular new flavor, the experiment actually worked. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. When Coca-Cola launched the Freestyle in 2009, they packed it with cutting-edge technology. Reliable
Cutting-edge
wireless
tech.
networks like the ones we have today weren't exactly standard, so Coca-Cola built their own. The network they created links every Freestyle machine directly to Coca-Cola's back-end systems, which are managed through SAP software. Think of it as the company's brain. It keeps track of everything happening across all departments in real time.
Yo, I miss whenever companies would just sell you an item and that'd be all. You know, if you liked it or not, you'd get it as a public reception or reviews through, reviews. Nowadays, it's like, oh, they gotta know where you live, they gotta look how you look, they gotta see where you nutted, they gotta see where you took a piss. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, that's none of your business. If you want to sell me something, maybe try not looking into me. You know what I'm saying?
Every single day, over 50,000 Freestyle machines send data back to this brain. They report
Jesus.
everything that's going on inside them. Which flavors are being poured,
You know what?
time of day
Actually,
they
I
are
haven't
consumed,
even
or how much
gotten
syrup
any
is
drinks
left.
at the movie theater
You might
in a
not
while.
experiment with your drink choices, but many other people do. That is how Coca-Cola discovered that people really like Coke Orange Vanilla, Sprite Cherry, Sprite
Ew,
Strawberry,
that shit
and
sounds
Coke Cherry
disgusting.
Vanilla. Some of these flavors started as user creations, combinations people kept mixing again and again at the Freestyle machine. Others, like Coke Orange Vanilla, were developed by Coca-Cola. The more people got these, the stronger the signal became. and what started as a tiny bubble on
just stick to
screen
the original. I don't do
ultimately
no
moved into
cherry,
full
no,
production.
none of that.
Sure, you could argue the company might have released these flavors eventually either way, but with Freestyle, those
Cranberry.
decisions happen faster than before, and might be grounded in better data. But there's more. Before Freestyle, staff had to manually check those giant syrup canisters. They probably used inventory sheets, maybe did a bit of guesswork, and called or emailed Coca-Cola to reorder. Freestyle completely transformed fountain logistics. Every night, the system collects data from this exact
Holy
machine
shit.
and figures out how many units of
3
each cartridge
hours,
needs
5
to be
days.
delivered to the cinema. And it's not just based on what you and your friends poured yesterday. Algorithms predict demand and even factor in planned promotions for specific beverages.
Really?
The system calculates which cartridges need refilling and automatically creates the restocking orders.
Okay, that's not
Those
bad.
orders are sent straight to the distribution center, and from there, the cartridges are shipped directly to the fountain locations. Every Freestyle machine on the planet is quietly syncing. Think about how smart this is. With Freestyle,
that's
Coca-Cola
pretty
can
smart.
optimize their entire fountain supply chain, streamline inventory management, make restocks.
That was smart whenever they did this, because right now, everybody has this. You know, I used to work at Walmart. That was literally how we got our shipment. Is it would tell us what was getting off of the shelves instantly, because we would have to mark it down. It would do it automatically. So this is not as impressive as, you know, how he's telling it. But for its time, whenever they released this at first, it was pretty smart.
and even improve their production schedule. It's probably safe to assume that this alone saves the company millions and millions of dollars along the way. If even Coca-Cola is tracking your data in real life, you won't be surprised to learn that your data is exposed everywhere, and there's
Yeah.
nowhere to hide. Every click, search, and form you fill reveals tiny pieces of who you are.
Basically.
That you had to look up how to spell bourgeois 6 or 7 times for your online comment war, the data streams don't only report back. Marketers at HQ can push new campaigns straight to the Freestyle.
Really?
It took a while to get to this level. Whenever Coke wanted to push a new campaign or change content,
Yeah.
it required a full software update,
Oh,
during
shit.
which the machine couldn't pour a single drink.
Uh-oh.
Not exactly ideal considering many fountains are located in high-traffic fast food chains.
Yeah.
So in the mid-2010s,
Movie
Coca-Cola
theaters,
integrated
I've only seen it in
AirWatch,
movie
a
theaters.
modern device management platform.
Airwatch.
Now, instead of sending out a massive software update whenever marketers want to roll out a campaign, they could push tiny data packages. While receiving the configurations, the machines most likely stay fully operational. They simply
Shit.
download and display the new content, like this Halloween special. What happens next is called nudging. A new flavor might be the first bubble you see, or a short teaser video might just catch your eye. You're still free to pick whatever you want, but those gentle nudges make you more likely to experiment.
Nah.
Thousands
it just makes
of
me
individual
more likely to close that shit off. You know what I'm saying? Give me too much drink. Don't put this shit on my face, because I will click X. You know what I'm saying? I've been skipping ads my whole life. Heck. Allegedly, I don't even watch ads. That's all I gotta say. Allegedly.
all feeding directly into Coca-Cola's product development. But wait a minute. This little black dot up there, is that
Whoa.
a camera?
Hey!
Is this thing recording you?
I didn't agree to this.
Well, Coca-Cola did plan to install a camera in one of their Freestyle models.
Why?
They even included it in their spec sheet and described it with the words, future capability for motion sensing and facial recognition.
Why do you need
This
that?
way, the company could have tracked every smile when you mix flavors, every frown when it doesn't taste right after a little test sip, literally
Wow.
observing which combos make you happy or annoyed. Every reaction is data. But could they really pull this off?
Yeah, I'm about to start
At least
frowning.
in theory.
Actually, I don't
In
even
Europe,
smile
for
when
example,
I drink.
strict data protection laws such as general data protection regulations would likely not allow this to happen.
Good.
In the US, however, businesses and event venues are increasingly
my God.
experimenting with facial analysis and recognition technology in public spaces.
Yup, not
So
surprised.
hypothetically, it might be feasible there. According to Fortune, in early 2024, AI company Quantify referenced a facial recognition project tied to Freestyle. In a now-removed entry on their website, it reportedly said, each vending machine comes with a camera installed, in which an image is captured for every customer interacting with the machine. Coca-Cola's marketing team aspired to use these images to generate insights on consumer preferences and usage patterns.
Jesus. man.
Reportedly, Quantify built a machine learning model to detect customer demographics. Basically, the Coca-Cola company could know you're a guy in your 20s, standing here grabbing that
Deadass?
Sprite cherry. After Fortune asked question,
Well, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about me. I'm a unique specimen. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I look 20, do I? And I don't think I look. Actually, I don't even do any emotions when I get my drink. This is my regular face. Yeah, I look miserable. Don't worry, I'm happy.
a spokesperson for Coca-Cola said cameras in Freestyle fountains were just tested in a laboratory setting from 2018 to 2019. When we asked Coca-Cola about this, they did not respond.
Oh shit.
The creepy camera hole aside, the technology is pretty impressive. A single globally deployed machine expanding flavor variety,
Yeah, I'm about to
strategically
start
pushing
sticking the
experience
middle finger
marketing,
at every camera I
enabling
see.
hyper-detailed flavor testing, micro-campaigning, and optimization of the supply chain. You probably stood in front of one of those before
Yeah.
and never even had a clue.
And
But there
I
is this one central question we just couldn't shake. Just how much are they saving and making with this? In order to
True.
find out, we went down a rabbit hole. Annual
Oh, shit.
reports, analytics, figures, and company
Uh-oh.
filings, only to
Uh-oh.
realize there is no concrete data.
Huh?
Sure, we found a few clues here and there, but we could barely make anything useful out of it, especially because gains from Freestyle are tangled up with other projects. When we reached out to Coca-Cola for comment, they didn't respond. So
Bro,
we
they're
had to
not
call in backup.
responding.
Enter Yannick, the team's spreadsheet wizard. He dove into everything we could find out about Freestyle and started making sense of it. His analysis is split into 3 parts. First, payback. Let's start with
Payback.
Coca-Cola's assumed revenue from Freestyle machines. To get a
Okay.
rough baseline, we looked at something similar, loyalty programs like Payback. Payback usually returns an estimated 0.5 to 3% of your spending. Sounds like a bad deal for them, but here's the
Yeah.
thing, it works. Because when people get a little something in return, they tend to spend even more. And while they do, Payback collects tons of data, or what they buy,
So
when
that's
they
how
buy,
gambling
and where
works.
they buy. You can't fully compare Payback to Coke Freestyle, but both follow the same idea. Encourage people to buy, and learn as much as possible while they do.
Nah,
The
I don't
data
even
collected
get
through loyalty
refills.
programs like Payback enables targeted marketing and personalized offers, helping
usually
deliver
just have
messages that are
one.
relevant to individual consumers. Studies like this one show that loyalty programs can improve gross margins by 2 to 4%, not simply because people buy more, but because companies can make smarter, data-driven marketing and product decisions. Using that logic, we can
See,
conservatively
everything
assume
sounds
a
too good to be
2%
true.
margin on revenue for Freestyle. This is a very rough estimate, but enough to get a sense of scale. According to one source, Coke Freestyle machines dispense around 4 billion drinks per year. Assuming an average of $2 per drink and a 2% margin, that adds up to roughly $160 million in yearly gains, well over $1 billion since Freestyle's inception. Second, the value of data. Back in 2015, Coca-Cola teamed up with Hivery, a company focusing on AI-driven optimization. Their mission was to optimize vending machine sales. One of Hivery's clients was Reyes Coca-Cola Bottling Co., a U.S. bottler with roughly 19,000 vending machines in hospitals across California and Nevada.
Shit.
Hivery's software combined sales data with machine learning and some algorithms to predict demand for every beverage in every machine. Reportedly, Reyes saw a 6% sales increase and a 15% reduction in restocking trips. These numbers suggest that data-driven supply chain management can generate significant sales boosts and cost savings. It is reasonable to assume that Freestyle
Dude, no
fountains
wonder
could
everything's
yield
like
similar
vending
results.
machines now. Pokemon, Chipotle,
Third, new
Chick-fil-A.
flavors. Some of the new flavors Coca-Cola launched based on their Freestyle testing turned out about as popular as the deeply disappointing and unwanted sequel you're going to endure in a few minutes. Take Coke Cherry
Yeah.
Vanilla, for example.
Yeah,
Even though it was
Frog
one of the
getting
most beloved
astray.
Freestyle combos, Coca-Cola decided to not produce any more in 2024 due to declining demand. Freestyle may help spot promising new flavors, but it doesn't seem to be foolproof. Out of 4 flavors brought to the market, 2 did not survive.
Good.
This doesn't necessarily
Pull
mean they
that
were
shit
bad
out.
investments, just that they weren't long-term hits. Coca-Cola may have overestimated how representative Freestyle users are for the broader
Like,
market.
I feel like the older I get, the more nastier the food low-key gets. Not the food, the drinks. It's like all that sugary. I don't really want to eat that or drink it. It might be because I've been drinking so much water recently. Not recently. I've been doing it for a couple of years now. But it's just something about it. Like whenever I drink a soda, it just doesn't hit. It's like, this feels okay disgusting. It's like I don't even want to drink it.
Again, our request for comment went unanswered. While Coca-Cola rarely publishes concrete sales data for specific products, we found a number for one of their newer non-Freestyle Sprite products that shows the potential of this market.
What is it?
Sprite Chill generated $50 million in sales in its
Oh,
first 21
Sprite
weeks
Chill.
in the North American market. Again, it's hard to estimate the total profit the company may have made through new flavors that started on Freestyle, and how important the found data was for their success. But looking at all 3 aspects of Yannick's analysis, one thing is relatively safe to assume. The $1 billion Coca-Cola reportedly invested into these machines has long been made back.
Dang, dude. I'm not gonna lie, that was dead as an interesting video by Firm. There's a lot of things I don't like about what's going on right now, and this is one of them. All the whole data collecting and all this, like what, like that's none of your business, you know what I'm saying? And I hate how sketchy they do it too. They'll write it down in the terms and conditions knowing people won't read that and be like, oh, no, see, we did tell you, you just didn't read it. Anyways, that is the end of the video. You guys let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. I'm not really a Coke fan anymore. Well, I haven't been in a while. So I'm glad I watched this video to confirm what I already knew and more to hate on Coke. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, join my amazing group if you want to by subscribing, you know what I'm saying. Also, if you want to see yourself at the end of my videos with my subscriber shout out and the rest of my amazing goated legendary people, make sure you subscribe, you know what I'm saying, so you can see yourself soon, because we will be reaching 400 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for everybody that subscribes. We are really close to 400 subscribers, so you may be able to see yourself soon. So without further ado though, I will see you guys later. Goodbye.